Palpatine's relationship and opinion on the Jedi has been low and filled with contention to say the very least. We know that Palpatine essentially despises the Jedi more than anything, and we know why, pledging his allegiance to the Order of the Sith, the sworn enemies themselves to the Jedi. The Sith believing that they should use the power given to them by the universe itself to enslave and conquer others, deeming them superior, while the Jedi believe that the galaxy has called them as protectors and knights, and given them this insurmountable, great, wonderful power in order to protect the innocents that cannot protect themselves. However, this raises a very interesting question, one that's actually answered in the Darth Plagueis Legends novel. Before Palpatine pledged himself to the way of the Sith, what was his opinion on the Jedi Order? What did a young Palpatine think of the Jedi? And did he ever consider joining the Jedi Order as a young man, having a strong affinity with the Force? Let's go ahead and answer that very question. First though, we're having a really big sale on the Star Wars merch page where you can find Mandalorian hoodies, Stormtrooper hoodies, Baby Yoda gear for 50 to 70% off. And at checkout, if you want an additional 5% off your entire order, use code WAVE. Be sure to check it out, there's some really cool stuff in the link. Anyway, let's get into the topic. As stated earlier, this comes from the Legends Darth Plagueis novel, where Plagueis encounters a young Palpatine for the first time. And we get a lot of insight into a young Palpatine and his philosophies on how the galaxy should be governed. Something that I may add is super compelling, especially since Palpatine as we know him is the Emperor. And we really get to see him work out the beginnings of the ideas that he will have and implement later when he is in fact the Emperor. Now though, we get to see the beginnings of this. This is very much an origin story for Palpatine as it is a main story for Darth Plagueis, getting to see how his opinions on the Force itself as well as his opinions on the Jedi evolve. Speaking of which, let's answer the question posed at the beginning of the video. Palpatine in truth has always despised and hated the Jedi Order. Originally though, his reasoning did not stem because of the fact that he was a Sith, as obviously he had not learned of this ancient order yet. Palpatine was quite perplexed by the Jedi Order, perplexed by the fact that these beings had such power and were so much more dominant, and yet refused to use that dominance on the lesser beings of the galaxy. Lesser, inconsequential beings as Palpatine would view them. He believed that the Force, when granted to individuals, denoted them as completely superior to others, beings that did not use the Force, or even beings that could use the Force on a lesser level. Palpatine was amazed at the raw power and ability that the Jedi possessed, but believed that they were hubris, but not in the conventional way. Palpatine was amazed that the Jedi were so willing to simply sit back and have the Republic and the Senate tell them what to do. Palpatine believed the Jedi were greater beings, and therefore had more right to ruling the galaxy than anybody else that could not use the Force. Palpatine could not conceive how a being could possess and wield such power, and yet not do anything with it to attain more power. From the day Palpatine was born, all he wanted was power, through political maneuvering at first, but later, power that could be granted to him by the dark side. And he was amazed by the Jedi, beings that had power and yet did not use it. He absolutely despised this, and even despised the Jedi more than the common folk of the galaxy. As he would explain, the common folk did not have an ability to squander their gifts, while the Jedi on the other hand, in Palpatine's opinion, literally spat in the face of the universe for giving it such an incredible gift, refusing to utilize it to gain more power, and falling utterly short of their grand potential. To put it briefly, Palpatine despised the Jedi from the moment he learned of them. Anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on Palpatine's opinion of the Jedi before he ever became a Sith Lord? And do you think that his opinion on the Jedi is ultimately correct? At the end of the day, what philosophy would you follow if you were granted the gifts of the Force? Would you choose the path of a Jedi or a Sith? Again, my friends, do not forget the sale and the link in the description down below. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.